Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday morning. It's all about Mindset Monday. This morning, I want to talk to you guys about a space that I call the invisible space. God gave me that term years ago as I was preparing for a speaking engagement. And I wanted to talk about how fear has such an impact in our life. And it's the area that many times we don't discuss, right? Because we think fear is the boogeyman, the goblins, the things that are outside of us. But the fear I'm often talking about is the internal stuff, the fear of rejection, the fear of feeling unworthy, feeling helpless. And when we don't deal with those issues, when we are not aware that we are carrying hurt, pain, and disappointment from our past that has become a wound for us, I call it a soul wound, because maybe you was abandoned or abused or neglected as a child. It creates this hurt, these pains, and these the worst thing about the pain is the messaging that it creates inside of you about yourself. These things make us think and believe about ourselves what God had no intent for us to think or believe about ourselves. And so because we carry these hurts, these wounds, we now no longer see or hear things as they are being said. We hear it with the filter of what I call the filter of the wound, the filter of the hurt, the disappointment. And so, in the invisible space is what I call the area between what someone says and what you hear. So, think about it this way: someone you care about, maybe even your boss on your job, says, "You don't. Why can't you get this right?" Instead of you seeing it for the moment, that maybe it's a project you've been working on and they had to tell you over and over again how to do it, and in their frustration they make the comment, why can't you get this right? What you hear because of the filter, instead of hearing it about this one thing, this one project, you hear it about you hear it about everything you do, so you make it larger. You feel like you've been attacked when actually all they have done is made a comment out of their own hurt, frustration that now has triggered your wound. So, how do you begin to recognize that what is inside of your invisible space? So, I want you to go deeper because the reason you have to do the deeper work is particularly if you are married or in relationship or even desire to be married. This is the area that's going to show up for you the most, the stuff that's in your invisible space. And because you're not aware of the invisible space, or you're unaware of the you don't have language for what's being triggered in you, in marriage or in relationship, you stay in constant battle with one another. Or maybe your battle is the quiet battle where you shut down, where there's no opportunity for connection and growth and love because you're in your feelings of how dare they say that to you. It's not like that. You're in defense mode all the time. I want you to know it's not just you, it happens to all of us. But it's also not the moment that you're going through many times. It is the thing from the past. Now there's a saying that says if it causes you to get hysterical, meaning your emotions get really big over something that other people think is small, then it's historical, meaning it's something from your past, it's not the present moment. So we want to help you begin to identify what may be causing you to get hysterical because of what you're hearing in the invisible space and reacting at a higher level than necessary, causing more strife and disconnect in the marriage. And that is what I call, and others call too, your soul wound. It is the traumas from your past that you've yet to deal with, that you maybe don't even know about, that you've not named, and then begin to examine. So some of the soul wounds are things like abandonment, betrayal, neglect, rejection. What's another one? Abuse. So if you've experienced these things in your past, know that there are messages that you now think and believe about yourself because of the experience in your past that have become wounds. And those messages, the moment anytime someone says or do something to aggravate that thought or belief in your heart and in your mind, it may cause you to go into like fight or flight, but defense mode. You're ready to take them out, take it down. You get super sensitive about it. It's not because necessarily what they're saying, it's because what they're saying, how it has triggered a thing inside of you that deep down you really believe about yourself anyway, but you don't want to admit, recognize, or notice because you've been trying to push it off. I know that can sound pretty complicated first thing on a Monday morning, but I wanted to just share and talk about it because I encourage you to start examining and asking more questions when you hear something that upsets you at a level that maybe shouldn't have gotten you so upset. When you're at work and you're feeling like you're less than, not because of what they're doing to you, but like if this is a continual, right? Because don't get me wrong, I know there are people who gaslight. I know that there are people who are intentional about bothering you and upsetting you. But what I'm saying, if this is a continual cycle and pattern in your life, remember you are the common denominator. And that's not to belittle what you're going through. That's not to say that you have to take all the onus. It's just to simply say this: the only person you can ever control in any situation is you. You can't fix them or change them to be different or to speak to you differently. So, what if you can change the way you hear what they say and perceive it differently so that at the very least, it doesn't upset you anymore and you don't feel personally attacked? You don't feel like you've lost control. That instead of it being this sensitive issue, you've learned to confront it, deal with it, change the language on it, and now you believe and feel that you are the superwoman or the superman that God created you to be, so that every little thing doesn't rattle you to the core. If you need help with this is what I do. The reason I say I'm a relationship mindset coach is because everything is about relationship and everything is about our mindset. So I would love to help you. I've been working with married couples now for a while. We have a class coming up starting again November 17th. So you don't have to be married to be in the class, but I will tell you this class is focused on marriage and relationships. So if you're in a relationship, you need help in that area, go to my website, verythoughtfullife.com. Check out the class and see if it's something you believe can help you. We would love to have you in the class. The other thing you can do is you could book a free call with me to decide if maybe I can help you through that situation that you're dealing with. And if you're ready to have a difficult conversation with your spouse, with your coworker, with the people you're in a relationship with, and you're so exhausted from like holding everything in, or don't know how to have a conversation without creating like chaos or blow up, I'm offering a free ebook on my website. We can go get that ebook for free. And it literally will give you the steps for how to have a difficult conversation. I just want you to win. I just want you to have great relationships. And I just want you to have an amazing life because I need you to understand it is your thoughts that's creating your decisions and your decisions that's designing your destiny. I want you to have an amazing destiny and I want you to know that you can design it. Have a blessed day. Do me a favor, share, like, and subscribe to these videos. Let people know what we're doing over here in this very thoughtful world. Make an amazing day for yourself. Enjoy your Monday and be grateful that you're here. Bye-bye.